All right. What's good, y'all? What's poppin'? Welcome to another edition of the Mafia Speaks live edition. I am gonna try to start doing these on Wednesday nights because it seems to be, oh, excuse me, it seems to be the best time to do these because yeah, Thursdays be pushing it because I'll be coming from dance practice. If you guys do not know, I am a dance teacher. So it's looking like Wednesday night. I can't give you guys the time because Wednesdays is also the time that I film YouTube videos, and I didn't even do that yet today. I actually did have an asthma attack earlier, and I didn't know if I was gonna be here for y'all. Like, listen, y'all, I almost done died today. Okay, I didn't almost die, but yeah, so we're gonna hop straight into it. Thank you guys so much for the comments in advance, the nice kind comments. We're gonna hop straight into it. The title corresponds with the third story, which is actually a very, very long story. So I do have my sparkling juice cocktail, non-alcoholic, because like I said, I did have an asthma attack and I really shouldn't be drinking alcohol. So I have something to trick my brain into thinking I'm having alcohol when I'm not. So, all of you guys out there, take a shot for me. Oh, oh. Take a shot for me. Ah, 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 oh. Okay. Take a shot for me because I can't do shit. Okay, I'm stressed. So we're gonna hop into the first story, which is actually an update. So I'm gonna read the old story. Many of you guys might remember the old story, or the previous story, and then we're gonna read the update. So this one's actually pretty short. So first, I would like to say I love how assertive you are. I wish I was more assertive like you because I always had issues with being a doormat and not standing up for myself. I actually do remember reading this story. The biggest lesson of my life was when my older narcissistic sister fraudulently made credit cards under my name. I do remember this shit. I think this actually was one of my last two or three. It was one of those. I made the mistake of taking her to court civilly because I was afraid of the repercussions of taking her to court criminally. The judge said I didn't have enough evidence, so I ended up losing the case. At that moment, I knew I had to let her go because not only has she financially exploited me in other ways, but she would constantly belittle me, making me feel like without her, I was nothing. I found out one day she told people to be careful with me because I was special needs. Yvana, what frustrates me is the friendship between my mom and my older sister. I hated how my mom would always share my personal life with my sister, knowing what she did to me. When I would confront my mom, she would say that I needed to read my Bible more and pray. I don't remember this story. Oh man, why are parents always like that? I feel like parents should always be fair to their kids. Like, you should never take sides. And if you're gonna take sides, don't do it in public. Do it in private, like in your group chat with other people. Anyways, my mom never sticks up for me when my sister is bad mouthing me. But when I do say something to my sister, my mom is always scolding me for it. Most of my friends and family took my sister's side when I told them how she ruined my credit. I would constantly get, just pay for the credit card and move on, or that's your family, work it out. I've decided to remove both my mom and my sister from my life. I can't take my sister back to court, and my credit seems to be progressing. Yvana, how do I move forward from this? I have my good days and my bad days. Sometimes I feel down because of how much of a doormat I was being. Not only that, but people that I have known for years seem to always end up on my sister's side when I develop a friendship with her. My sister is older than me and seems to have a closer connection with the family. How do I handle people criticizing me for not having my mom and my sister in my life? How do I cut those people off too if they can't respect and agree with my decision? Okay, so I did give advice on this already. Like I said, this is an update story for those of you guys who are just coming in. For those of you guys who are new to the segment, because I did get a little bit of a little subscriber bump from my last video. This is my The Mafia segment where you guys send in stories and I basically give advice, and those who are here either now or later give advice and chime in with these stories as well. So I believe I did tell you to just cut these people off and stop giving a fuck about these people because clearly they don't give a fuck about you. And as far as like this whole situation, I would say just let it go. You already took her to court. They said you didn't have enough evidence. Like, I don't understand what you expect to happen. Like, it's just a little bit too much at this point. Like, you're not gonna, like, what do you expect to do? If you did all you can, there's I mean, legally, there's only so much you can do. People are gonna criticize you for everything in life. You can't just go around beating people up, beating yourself up, bitching, crying, complaining about it. People gonna say what they gonna say. Let them say what they want to say. It is what it is. Personally, I've kind of dealt with something like this where people kind of took my sister's side over mine. Like my dad is in my life, right? But my dad was not as in my sister's life. But for whatever reason, my sister's way closer to my dad's side than me. Like I don't talk to my dad's side. Um, I didn't intentionally not do that, but from what I understand, they be talking a lot of shit about me. But my sister's very close with them, right? So I just don't talk to them. I don't play them close. I don't care. But I'm a very nonchalant person. I never been one to care, right? So to be honest, just live your life the way you live it and go from there because you can't just be sitting there bitching, crying, and complaining about people that don't like you. You can't just be you can't live your life based off of other people's opinion, okay? Because if that's the case, you're going to go crazy. Do you feel me? So now we're going to read the story that essentially follows. So she did, or he or she, I think it's a she, did write an update. They did write an update. And this is going to be interesting because when it comes to update, usually people don't write them. Understand if you guys ever write a story, you guys can send an update for me. But always make sure that you guys write in the previous story because sometimes like me and my editor, like my assistant, like we be trying to get these stories in for y'all, but it'd be hard. Like y'all just send the update, but we don't know what story corresponds to what. We be having to go back. It's hard. So if you're gonna do it, reply to the past email or like copy and paste the email that you sent, so we could, see where it comes from. Do you feel me? Like, all right. Anyways, so hold up, 2 seconds, y'all. Gotta do something real quick. All right. So, boom. Thank you for the advice. I would like to clarify that I'm not special needs. So, this was referencing to that whole situation of her sister making up rumors about her. This was a rumor that my sister started about me. However, I sometimes would ponder thinking that the rumor may be true since my mom and sister like to keep secrets from me. So, I'm not really sure how old you are, but how would you be special needs and not know your special needs? I've considered getting tested for autism in the near future. Now, as far as my credit card goes, I was living with my sister for 2 years, miserable. She became my guardian unknowingly. So, as the result, she had my information, such as my social security number. That's wild. That is wild. Oh my God. She worked at a bank and had access to my online banking. Isn't that illegal for someone to use their job in order to access personal or sensitive information about someone? But then again, if you're a minor, I guess that makes sense, especially if she was in custody of you. She was my family and I trusted her at the time. Big mistake. So I don't think she would make credit cards under my name. Yeah, that's fraudulent. Wouldn't this be considered identity theft? This would be a criminal case. No, I'm not a legal professional, but she worked at a bank and had access to my online banking. She was my family and I trusted her at the time. Big mistake. So I didn't think she would make credit cards under my name. When I finally took her to civil court, she told the judge that I was supposed to be put in a group home due to me being SA in my own home. What the hell does that have to do with the case? Oh my God. She told the judge that I made up this lie when I obviously didn't. I was furious because not only did I not know about this information of me being sent to a group home, how old are you that you don't know any of this information about yourself? Like, this is child. My mom made arrangements for my sister to be my guardian without my permission and knowing how my sister and I don't get along. This was evidence to me of the friendship between her and my sister. My mom loves giving my sister new tea of everything, but always seems to exclude me and leave me out of everything. Okay. This could be either your sister is the favorite or they just don't want to tell you certain things because of how you may react to it, or you might have some sort of underlying mental illness or condition or something that they don't want you to know about. But it's like, that doesn't even, that is some wild shit. That is wild. That is wild. Like, this is giving Lifetime movie. I can't stop replaying this unfair treatment and abuse I've endured. I can't either. This is not fair. I also want nothing to do with my mom and my sister. I wouldn't have anything to do with them. I don't want them knowing anything about my life at this point. What's your opinion? If I have family members that are friends or someone associated with them, should I cut them off too? Because I plan on cutting off anyone that's associated with them. I just want peace. No. This is the thing. I feel like it depends, right? I feel like I have a method where it's a flawed approach for a lot of people, but I trust everyone until they give me a reason not to. If you happen to be friends with people that I don't fuck with, I'm not about to sit there and be like, I don't fuck with you because you don't fuck with them, and I don't fuck with them. I don't have time for that. If you go do something in a way where it's like, oh, you moving funny, I told you I don't like that person, and then you did something that makes me think that you're in cahoots with this person or you're plotting against me, okay, then. But it's like, at that point, everybody knows everybody. Sometimes, especially if you're talking about like a small town, or you're talking about like a small family or small connection of people, at that point, you're not gonna have no friends, you're not gonna have no associates. And a lot of people kind of like stay out the way. A lot of people are not going to be connected to the people that you mess with. Some people are just like very non-drama like. So I don't think it's necessary to be like, oh, well, if you associate with my mom or my sister, I'm not going to talk to you. You don't have to isolate yourself, right? Cut the people off that you need to cut off and just leave it at that, and just move accordingly with other people, right? If you have cousins, uncles, other siblings or whatever that you want to be in accordance with, that you want to talk to, that you know have been good to you, that have never given you a reason not to trust them, then still remain friends with them, still be cordial with them until they give you a reason not to trust them, right? But I know there's some people that feel like, you know what, if I don't mess with you, if we're not friends and you're messing with somebody that's not friends with me, that means y'all talking about me. I completely understand that, because I have been in situations where like I was like, you know what, I trust everyone until they give me a reason not to, and the next thing you know, I found out is that and the third. So I feel like it depends on how you want to play it. You know your family, you know your friends, you know people that hang out with you or hang out with these people more than I do. So you have to go in accordance to how you feel. You have to go in accordance to what you know about these people, right? You would know them better than I would. Do you feel me? So yeah, I think that your sister and your mother gotta go, but at the same time, I feel like you should have a conversation with them. Because it could just all be a misunderstanding. I feel like maybe there is something going on that they're not telling you about your mental health status or your something. Like something's going on. Because I find it hard to believe that she's just the favorite and she's just telling her all the tea. I wouldn't even consider this tea. Like, this is weird. I don't know. This is very strange to me. Like, how in the world? I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? I'm unsure, but that doesn't sound legal or ethical. It doesn't. I don't know. And I'm not even a legal professional, but if you are a kid, you know what? At one point, okay, so you guys have known, I've talked about my dad being a gambler, right? He has a money issue. And there's been numerous times where anytime I got my mom a local bank, my dad would just go and take the money because that was her husband. That she used to piss me the hell off. So I got her a bank far enough so he couldn't walk to the bank and claim to be her husband and take the money out. I also put like security measures in place to be like, listen, even I can't get the money out of my mom's bank account unless she pulls up with a fucking ID. It's fucking annoying, but whatever. Like, I just transfer it via Zelle if I need it. But it's just like, physically, no one could go to that bank and get money out of the account unless it's her, right? So I don't know. I guess if you're a minor, I don't think you have a choice, right? She must be a teen if her sister the guardian. Yeah, I'm beginning to think that's what it is. My father tried to be in control of my accounts because I was 16 with my own account and I checked him. Ooh. He also started opening my mail to check my bank statements. Oh, yep, it's giving. It's giving. These parents these days have no sense of privacy. That's one thing I'll give my parents. My parents have never opened my mail, ever. They've never opened anything that was addressed to me, like, ever. So I'll give my parents that. They've always given me a sense of privacy. I would hope that this gets resolved, and I would hope that you stop talking to your mother and your sister, or at least you try to have an open dialogue with them, because I think there's something going on. Okay. Second story. This one isn't too long. The last one is the grand finale because, child, it's like 2 pages long, child. All right. Hello, Yvana. Shout outs to you for spelling my name correct. I never thought I would be doing this, but I have no one else to turn to about the situation, nor am I comfortable talking with my loved ones about my true feelings about this. I'm 21 years old and my boyfriend is 22. I still live with my grandma currently, and we're really close. My grandma basically raised me, and I always took her advice to heart. Most of the time, she's right about a situation and especially a person. Elders are usually right. They're never wrong, which is very disappointing because we don't want to listen to them ever. At all. Me and my boyfriend have been together for over 3 years now, and we're in high school. Well, and we're high school sweethearts. For most of our relationship, it's been pure bliss. The only thing that worries me is that my grandma likes him, but not for me. Listen to your grandma. I would have to listen to the rest. She says that he's just my friend boy. I was like, that's not funny. Friend boy? Wow, the disrespect. And that our relationship should just be temporary until I find a more stable man to marry in the future. Basically, she said this child's play. Damn. The reasons my grandma says this is because he has physical sickness that he's dealt with since he was born. Oh, that's fucked up. And we just found out that he has PTSD and is currently taking medicine for it. What? No, hold up. What? First of all, I want to know what the physical sickness is. This is no reason to disqualify somebody. I want to see her some serious stone cold problems. She's worried that if I marry him in the future, that I will be stuck taking care of him instead of going after my ambitions. Ooh, she sees him as a liability that is going to drag me down in life. She keeps repeating this to me whenever marriage comes up in a conversation, and I just get uncomfortable and say, okay. Damn, this is a hard one. All right, let's pause right here. I need to know what the physical sickness is. This is a valid concern. The PTSD is also a valid concern. So this is the thing, right? So I've had PTSD, but my PTSD is connected to holidays and like family trauma. So it's not like I be having like fainting spells and lashing out. Like, but PTSD could get to that point. Luckily, I haven't had PTSD to the point where like it's debilitating. But some people have PTSD to the point where like they can't work, they can't function, and they really do need to be taken care of. They can't go certain places, they can't drive. Like some people really do have really bad PTSD. So I need to know the severity of the PTSD. And I need to know what the hell the physical sickness is. Because if it's to the point where one, he's taking medication for it, because that's one thing, I've never taken medication for my PTSD. I don't even take medication for my ADHD, but I don't take medication for my ADHD because none of it fucking works, right? But my PTSD kind of like pass, like it kind of like comes and goes. It kind of comes and goes around the holidays, but I've kind of worked through it. So it's just like, again, mine is very minor, thank God. But some people's is, again, very, very severe. So if it's to the point where your grandmother is worried that you'll be taking care of him, that means it might be that bad. Now, again, I don't think that anyone should be disqualified from love. I think everyone deserves love. I think everyone deserves to have a chance at being in a relationship. And I don't think anyone should be sitting there like, oh, well, you know, you're going to be taking care of this man. You know, this is just temporary. I think that's really fucked up. I don't think that's okay. However, it is a valid concern. It's a valid concern, but I don't think it's our place to say that to you. I feel like clearly you've been dating this man and you kind of know, like you guys are high school sweethearts. I'm very sure you know. Yes, he has this physical illness. Yeah, he has PTSD. Yeah, he's taking meds for it. Yeah, I might be taking care of him when he's 30, 40, 50, whatever the case may be, and I'm okay with that. I don't understand. Older people have this thing where they don't know how to shut the fuck up and they know where their place is. That's the problem. but this is where you fucked up. And I already read this first line and I'm like, this is where I had to pause and I had to give my input because this is where you fucked up. I told my boyfriend about these conversations and he always asks me how I feel. Whenever he asks this, I tell him the same thing. I love you. I don't want to make the wrong decision. I'm afraid to disappoint my grandma. I don't want to break up, but in the back of my mind, I always think she's always right about people. Why should this be any different? One thing being with my man has taught me is that you do not tell your significant other everything, especially things that you know is going to hurt them, even if you know you're being 100% honest. Again, you do not tell your significant other everything, even if you know you're being honest, especially when you know it's going to hurt them. I'm a firm believer of honesty is the best policy. However, certain things you keep to yourself, you keep in private, or they just don't need to know. And I'm not talking about cheating. Yeah, you should tell your partner when you cheat so you can work that out. But I'm saying like things like this, you just don't say because it's going to hurt them. It's going to make them insecure. It's going to have them thinking you don't want to be with them. It's going to have them thinking she wants to be with someone else. I'm not good enough for her. This person doesn't want to be with me. Certain things you keep to yourself. Certain things just don't do. And it's funny because my man used to say this to me all the time. And I used to be like, I don't understand it. Like, I'd rather just say it and be honest with it. But, you know, one time we were having a conversation about cheating, right? And I think we were watching some show. And he was like, well, think about it. If you're honest about cheating, right? And you tell someone like, okay, I cheated. I'm sorry. How can we work through this? Yeah, you got it off your chest. You feel better. But think about how that other person feels. Yeah, it honestly is the best policy, but that other person feels like shit that you cheated. You could work through it, but that other person is 10 times more hurt. You'll probably feel better, but that person feels like shit. So it's like it's a double-edged sword. First of all, you should never cheated in the fucking first place, right? No matter how it happened. But it's just like you gotta think about certain things before you do and you say them. And again, I'm a very much so honesty is the best policy type of person. Always been that type of person. But you have to understand and you have to take into consideration how that other person may feel when you're being honest with them. You should have never said nothing to that man. I would have said shit. I would have kept that to myself, especially with your grandmother. And I also need more details about this sickness. And yeah, the live is going to be up. And all my Theemafiaspeaks lives stay up. All right. From his actions so far, he always knows how to overcome situations, and he treats me like I'm the best thing that's ever happened to him. However, I'm so scared that being with him will uproot my relationship with my grandma and that she'll end up being right all along. I'm going to save my opinion because I'm almost done. What should I do? How should I go about the situation? And is my grandma right? Hope this message gets to you. Oh my God. Hope this message gets to you. I really do appreciate your advice. Thank you. So, to be very, very honest with you, your grandma is going to die. I have to be very frank here. She's going to die. She's going to move on and she's going to be in the nice, pearly clouds with God, living her best life, drinking champagne, eating bonbons, having a beautiful life in the afterlife. Your parents, your grandparents, your family, and your friends are here to guide you. But at the end of the day, you can't marry your grandma, okay? It comes to a point where the guidance has to stop somewhere. It comes to a point where you have to make your own decisions. If you love that man and you want to be with that man, then be with that man, okay? And if you don't think that you having to take care of that man potentially for the rest of your life is that big of a deal, then stay with him. But if you really think that's a genuine concern and you really don't want to take care of that man physically for the rest of your life, then don't. That's really what it comes down to. If you think that she's right and you're going to have to take care of that man for the rest of your life and you don't want to, don't. If you are not concerned with taking care of him, stay. Very, Clear cut here. However, I personally think that I wouldn't be listening to her because I feel like adults just be saying shit. Especially like I'm Haitian, so you know Haitian. They just be saying shit. But it really just comes to, again, like I said in the beginning, and like I peeped, some people were saying it in the comment section, is this hereditary? Does it get worse over time? Like whatever this physical illness is, how severe is the PTSD? Like it really comes down to that. And yeah, of course, is the grandmother right? Like, are you going to be taking care of him? Do you have a problem taking care of him? It really comes down to that. And if you don't have a problem, stay. If you do, don't. And at the end of the day, you are so young. Like you're what, 20, 21? Like, and the whole high school sweetheart thing is also another thing. But nonetheless, I feel like you should just enjoy your time together, not necessarily listen to her because that's going to put a damper on your relationship. If he treats you well and you guys are happy, outside sources really shouldn't be affecting your relationship that much for the simple fact that you guys are together. You guys are happy from what I could tell. Don't let anybody ruin it, especially somebody that's probably going to die in the next 10 years. I hope that didn't offend you, but I'm sorry. Old people are old. Everybody does. Okay, so I feel like it is what it is at that point. So here's the long story and the story that has to do with the title. So, damn, I should have got an alcoholic drink for this. Sadly, I only have sparkling cider. Let's stretch for this. Okay. Okay. Whew. Hi, Yvana. Shout outs to you for spelling my name right. This is a genuine question I have. How the hell you start off saying this is a damn question and the shit is like damn 3 pages long? I need to understand. I will try to make this quick though. Okay, so for background information, my parents passed away when I was 3 and 4. I'm so sorry for your losses. And my brother, age at the time was 8 to 10. I would do math properly, but I'm lazy. Okay. My sister ended up adopting us after my aunt almost put us in foster care. We moved in with her and she was in college. How the I don't even want to know how that happened. I believe getting her master's degree and was around 22 to 24. Oh my God. That is a huge responsibility. You telling me she gave up clubbing for y'all? Child. I'm just saying. So she wasn't the richest. Yeah, I see. She had a boyfriend at the time. Please don't forget this. Child. Anywho, knowing that she wasn't the richest at the time, we were basically the struggle kids. And she used to spoil and buy us toys and give my brother clothes before our father passed. I'm just saying this so you know that she was in our lives before our parents passed. And I forgot to mention, she's my half sister. I used to look up to her when I was younger and want to be like her. But all that came crashing down. Now, what I'm about to bring up is about whoopings. Oh, that thing. Child. Okay. Okay, yes. My father would whoop my brother, but when it came to me, I would run away. And he never seriously wanted to whoop me. And he spoiled me and my brother, even though we struggled before and after my mother passed away. So everything I was going through with my sister at the time, I was used to. I say this to explain I'm not ungrateful for anything because what I state next may seem that way. Oh man, here we go. Oh man. Okay. I never saw my brother get whooped until this day. I may not remember it, but my brother was trying to sit next to me on the floor and he sort of sat on the table also and it lifted to the other side and those cheap vases fell and broke. Oh, child. You know you can't break shit. You can't break shit. Only one of them because there were 3. My sister got so mad and whooped him for it and I was scared from there on. People are so extra. Like, I could never imagine like whooping the kid for breaking like a cheap household item, especially like it's like $20. Relax. Maybe it was $500. Actually, probably not. I'm not gonna lie. It's just the item. Only one of them because there were 3. My sister got so mad and whooped him for it. I was scared from there on. because it was a simple mistake. Seriously, if I can find a picture that is similar, I will gladly attach. Over time, we moved, and I just remember my brother always getting in trouble for fights and bad grades. Please remember the last sentence. Okay, so we got a lot of things to remember. So, me watching and observing, it made me stay away from that type of stuff. So, I kept up with my grades and try to stay away from fights. Life was normal around this time. I was just being a kid, doing good in school, hanging out with my brother, and I stayed to myself. Always enjoyed playing by myself in my room. Sorry, I forgot how the first time I got a C, I got whooped and yelled at to read. So, yeah, that's what made me try my best when it came to my education. Child, if my parents whooped me for getting a C, I'd probably get whooped every day. Thank God my parents never whooped me, but Jesus Christ. Wow. Wow, that's sad. I'm so sorry that happened to you. This is so unfair. Now, when I was 7, that's when I learned my sister was getting abused by her BF at the time. 7? Girl, I'm thinking about it like when I was 12, like 7. Yeah, that's too much. This is her first BF I knew. Mind you, we was planning on moving with him. Child. But once she got away from well, once she got away from him, he was just out of the picture. Thank God. We moved in the same apartment he was supposed to move in with us. I'll explain why. I put the face palm emoji later. Yeah, because I was like, wait, why is there a face palm emoji here? Oh my God. Uh, so like not even sometime later, she got a new boyfriend. Dale, dale. It it sounds like she's taking out her anger out on you. You got whooped for a C. Meanwhile, she was getting abused by her man. Now you're supposed to move in an apartment, but you moved in an apartment you're supposed to move in with the man that was abusing her. Now she got a new boyfriend. Honestly, I feel as if it didn't give me and my brother time to heal. But whatever floats her boat. No, for real. I will say this may have affected our relationship with him, but he was honestly strict. Why is he even parenting you guys? That's your sister's boyfriend. What the hell is this? My sister was just mean, but now we have a strict person and a mean person. Oh my God. Changed everything, to be honest. He would try to buy me and my brother's love so it never felt genuine because one day he threw it in our face. And I just never really trust him, nor did I like him being all strict. If I'm being honest, me and my brother never really got along with him and we'd get yelled at for that. The real problem started when my sister got pregnant. Oh, fucking goodness. Oh, hell. Okay, so this section of background info is over. I will get through the email mention. Some I left out, but I needed you to know some stuff I knew at the time. But more stuff will be revealed. Child, this is giving Netflix series. I used to help my sister throughout her pregnancy, like for shoes. Help her put on lotion and put on shoes. Those are examples of some stuff. And once the baby was born, I never had to watch him at the time. We ended up moving for a bigger space, and that's when I had to watch him a lot. The reasoning as to why I always had to watch him was because I was the more mature one. Isn't your brother older than you? And aren't you like 7, 8, 9? Damn, too young to be watching the damn baby alone? I'm just saying. I also, around the time, I started cleaning, like vacuuming and cleaning the bathroom and kitchen. I stated that because I felt as if that's the only excuse for my brother not watching the baby. Watching the baby was traumatizing and it hated. Oh, and I hated the baby for, okay, just some grammar. For at the time, it wasn't his, oh, I think she meant to say he hated the baby. For at the time, it wasn't his fault. It was his parents' fault. Okay. Maybe she meant to say I hated the baby at the time, but it wasn't his fault. It was his parents' fault. I never watched a baby before. And if he hurt himself under my care, I would get yelled at or sometimes hit. Bro, you're mad young watching a baby. What? If he was crying just to cry like normal babies, I would get yelled at. What? What are you, the nanny? And babies cry. The verbal abuse got worse, and I started to form a type of depression, and I was getting in trouble for breaking a rule. It wasn't anything serious, just a phone rule about calling past a certain time that I still have. Oh Jesus. I'll get into that later. On top of the baby, my family always made fun of me and my brother's weight. He ended up losing his and I gained weight. I got curves at 8 and I got my period at 9. Oh wow. God damn. I thought I got my period early. I think I got mine at like 11 or 12, but damn, 9? Whew. Child, he was going through it. So my lower and upper half got bigger. I was slightly bigger than my sister. Like I wore her hand-me-downs. That's how big I was. My body shape and weight was always belittled. I just noticed around this time that I was mistreated and least liked. I went through a depression and I would have constant breakdowns and I would consider harming myself, but in front of people, I would plaster a fake smile. I would record my feelings in a small journal I got from a family member. It was so small I could put it in a pouch in my book bag, which I did. One day, I fell out my book bag when I was leaving a card from school, and her husband went through it. Oh, husband now. Her husband went through it at first. They cried so much and said they'll try to get better. Oh, wow. At least they did that. Okay, guys, this is the first time. Wow, I think we're going to get a good story. That grace period did not last long at all. Oh, fuck. Just when I thought we were going to get a nice story. Are we ever going to get a nice story? It went back to normal and I didn't have a journal to write in. So I wrote in my notes, they went through and yelled at me. Victim blamed me and said, like, nobody wanted you. You're not my child. I don't want you. Doesn't have to like, what? T doesn't have to like you, but he's here. Don't ever mention my child again or I'm going to handle you. Oh, child, Sage, my bad. I can't believe this. What happened to the grace? I was okay. I was saying stuff like, I really hope they fix how they act for his sake. Never said anything belittling. I ended up doing so, but not around this time. I was around 10 when this happened, so it was pretty traumatic. 10? Child. I never experienced this, but after that day, I never opened up. And when I needed to, I would cry because I'm scared of their reaction. And there I'm referring to any adult. Like I just noticed I really got bullied in 5th grade and I tried telling them and they dismissed me saying I'm too young to have drama. Child, the drama in middle school is, ooh, child. I teach middle schoolers and it's just the drama. And Roy. I don't know what Roy means, but that took a toll on me. That drama made me more antisocial. That situation just proved that I couldn't open up to them even more. Over time, I got in more trouble for breaking phone rules. What? Which I didn't really care because kids out there do worse. We ended up moving again because my sister's pregnant again. Oh my God. This is too much. This time, I didn't really help her with anything through her pregnancy, and my brother was now in college. Oh, wow. So now I'm considered the oldest. She had the baby around this time, was vivid in the lockdown. So I was doing online school. Tell me why I watched the child than could more than I could focus in class. I watched her from my first and second period till 5th period, I guess she meant to say. And then in the summer they offered to pay me and I took it. Oh shit. All right, at least they pay me now. They made me watch her till night and that was getting on my nerve. Yo, do they ever spend time with their kids? Oh, wow. So I quit and they made fun of me for it, not knowing my mental was worse because I truly don't like watching their kids. I guess everything was sort of normal, even though I was going through my spiritual walk and they used that against me. What is going on? These are some bully ass. I can't even say parents. Like, this is your sister. I remember saying I didn't grab something that was lost, and he didn't believe me and said, "How you Christian but lying?" I'm sorry. That's funny. I'm definitely using that line on somebody. What? Yo, just go help her find the lost item. That pissed me off, and he'd always do stuff like that for the longest. He tried to have arguments with me, and he'd always judge me and talk about my weight. And I've tried getting close to her damn baby daddy, but he irks me. Wait, the baby daddy's the husband, right? Or is this another man? Because I would hope. Child, these past months have been worse. They always want to bring up how I don't speak to them, but when I was younger, they always dismissed me and never listened to me, made me delusional, or some way, somehow made it about themselves. I also have a resting bitch face, and they associate that with my attitude. So when they'd address me, they'll be like, "Oh, why your face turn like that? What the fuck wrong with you?" Like, it gets on my nerves. And I just tell them nothing's wrong and go about my day. But then they keep their kids away because I have an attitude as if I'm a wild animal. And when I'm mad, I go out killing people with shit. I'm dead. I never take out my anger on anyone who ain't the reason. I never done so because they did it to me, and that feeling is terrible. Okay, let's just stop right there. Okay, there's a lot to unpack. To be quite honest with you, I feel like your sister is revent. I feel like your sister is resentful towards you because she took you guys in after your mother and your father died. That's exactly what it sounds like. So she feels like you and your brother are forever indebted towards her because she took you guys in, and you basically owe her your life. But mainly you, because you're a girl, and we all know, if you're black especially, black people are sexist. If you're Caribbean, even worse. Okay, so I really think that's what's going on here. I really think that what's going on is she really just don't like you. She don't like your brother either, but your brother was older, smart enough to get the hell out of that house, and you're too young to get out that house. So I really hope you're thinking of a master plan to get the hell out of that house. I really suggest you get an outlet, dance class, singing class, choir, sports, track, basketball. You need to find something to get the hell out of that house, because I don't know why you just sitting there being miserable. You need to find something to do, because the longer you stay in that house, the more annoyed you're going to be with these people and with their damn kids. Okay, she thinks that basically you're her bun, aka her maid. She thinks you have to do everything for her because she basically saved your life and didn't let you go into foster care, where probably worse would have happened to you. That's basically what she's trying to get at without saying it. And I'm sure she probably said something like that to you. I've seen it happen. So let's keep reading. We're kind of almost done. Let me see how far. Okay, now my mouse isn't working. That's cute. All right, there you go. Oh, we're almost done. On August 1st, I went to get my computer from school. And in the parking lot, I got yelled at for taking too long and having an attitude, and she pushed me. Excuse me? See, the Lord done put me in the right type of situations, because ain't nobody putting no hands on me. I don't give a fuck. Nope. This was just so embarrassing, and I was so confused how I disrespected her and had an attitude early in the morning, and she kept threatening me at the store, and it just gives me more of a reason to hate them. When my brother was a teen, they treated him more like a teenager than me. He could have girlfriends and have social media and call whenever he wants, be alone in his room, play games all day, hang out with his friends for a long time. Me, they try to make it seem like I can have a boyfriend, but it isn't clear. I can just now get Instagram. And my brother had it since he was 12. I haven't gotten it. Only a 4 more days for a freshman. Okay, so she's like 13 maybe. I still can't call my friends whenever I want. 10:30 p.m. is my max time. I'm always watching the kids, but I love the comfort of my own room. I'm just noticing how they've treated me differently, and it gets on my nerves. And I want to work when I turn 15, which is October, and just started saving up and hopefully get emancipated. I just want to leave soon and start my own life without them, because most of my problems never revert back to them, and getting pushed earlier this week for God knows what. It just really irks me. After reading all of this, do you have any advice? And am I the problem? Sorry for any grammar errors. And I tried to limit my AAVE, and I have a feeling I left out some stuff. Also, this helped me get it off my chest. I really hope you did, because child, that was exhausting. They sound like really horrible people. Yeah, your sister doesn't like you, and nor does her baby daddy, boyfriend, abuser. I don't know what the fuck that was. They don't like you. And again, like I said, they feel like you're forever indebted. Forever indebted. Okay. They definitely feel like you owe them. I don't think you're the problem here. I genuinely don't think you're the problem. I just feel like you've been dealt a very unfortunate hand of circumstances, and more than anything, you need to find a way to get out of that house. But you are entirely too young, and you are suffering at the. Excuse me. You're suffering from sexism in terms of the last part, in terms of the fact that your brother was treated better than you. Your brother got to hang out late, go out with his friends, get an Instagram and all of that. Yeah, it's because you're a girl. Let's be real. A lot of people do not treat their girls like they treat their boys. They raise boys to be all free and young and wild, but then girls can't even look at them a certain type of way without getting any type of repercussions. That is so problematic. I can't stand it. I think it's disturbing. I think it's disgusting, and I don't like it at all. I think it's like such an issue, and I think that's something that we need to talk about as a whole. If you're gonna let your sons be buck wild, you better let your daughters be buck wild too. Okay. If you're gonna be strict with your girls, be strict with your boys too. You cannot do one with one and act away with another, and then you're confused as to why your daughters have attitudes. Okay, your daughter's gonna have an attitude if you treat them completely different from your other children, especially based on sex. Okay, and I know the whole general consensus is, oh well, girls have vaginas and girls can get pregnant. Well, men can stick their dick in everything and get a million girls pregnant, while girls can only get pregnant within 9 months at a time. Make it make sense. Okay, men can also be put on child support. Make it make sense. I don't understand why you guys think it's okay to treat women unfairly like this, but it's very fucked up. It's not okay at all. I do think that some way, somehow, you should try to convince them to let you get a job. It shouldn't be that difficult. I don't think that you icing them out is helping. I will say that now. Yes, the way they treated you when you were younger definitely didn't help, but I feel like she is or was under a tremendous amount of stress. I will say we kind of have to cut that girl some slack. She is just, yeah, she's trash. I do think she's trash. But I'm just putting myself as a 21, 22-year-old person. If I would have took somebody in uninspectedly like that, and you guys said you had a really good relationship, I feel like she was going through some shit. And you said she was getting her ass beat by her past boyfriend. She was probably going through some shit. I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm not saying it's okay for what she did to you, but I'm sure she was going through some shit, right? I feel like everyone deserves some grace here. It could be a lot of misunderstanding, a lot of, what's the word, empathy that could go around here. And I'm very sure as you get older, the relationship will get repaired once you're able to see certain things from her perspective and see certain things from her shoes. Because 22 to take over custody of 2 kids, that shit is wild. I only know maybe 2 people that did something like that. 2. And trust me, that's not easy. Okay, that is not easy at all, right? So I will say, since she was being abused, I'm very sure that's why she abused y'all. Not saying it's okay, right? But I'm saying, I feel like that's, you guys have a whole lot. And sadly, she's not able to see what she's done to you guys. And since she's with a man that clearly only sees her side, she's never going to be able to see your side. So I feel like it's going to be hard to reason with that girl. So do your best to get the hell out that house. Try to stay out of her way. Like, that's what I tell everybody when it comes to abusive parents and things like this. Like, stay out of their way. Bro, you in school, do your best to stay at school, go to after school programs. So at that point, when does school start? 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, whatever the fuck. After school programs end at 6 o'clock. That way you go home, you're in bed by like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whatever. Repeat the cycle. You're only home weekends. Do a Saturday program. do basketball, do cheerleading, do whatever. Like, get the hell out of that house until you're old enough to work, get a job, save up, stack, go to college, stay on campus, because that's the only thing you can do at that age. School is going to be your like saving grace. But I will guarantee you, if you do not break the cycle, it is going to continue, because all you know at this point is disarray, right? Death, despair, mental illness, abuse. So I beg of you, if you can, go to your guidance counselor, try to get some mental health services, because those are the people that help you with that in school. Because I guarantee your sister's not about to even try to look into that, because I don't think she thinks she's a victim, but she is a victim too. All of you guys are technically victims. I don't know how your brother's doing, but since you said your brother was bad, I don't understand how he got rewarded for bad behavior. How was he allowed to stay out, have friends, and do all this shit, get an Instagram? What else you said? Have girlfriends? I don't know why he got all of this privilege and you can't do anything. I don't understand that, but it sounds like you guys are technically all victims. Even the little shitty ass man. Like, how are you talking to kids like this? Fuck wrong with you? Why you on Facebook like that? Everybody sound like they got problems. Everybody seem like they need anger management. I don't understand how people talk to kids like that. Like, I don't know. Like, it's one thing to curse around a kid, but it's one thing to redirect your cursing towards kids. Almost like, what the fuck wrong with you? Fix your face. Redirect your anger towards something else. Everybody in this damn house needs a damn outlet. I feel bad for the kids. You know, I feel really bad for the kids, because like, yeah, I'm guessing the kids are like toddlers now, and it's funny because they want to take the kids away from you, because I guess for you, you know, you have a resting bitch face, but it's like, that's not necessarily what the problem is here. They're kind of the problem. And you know what's funny? You didn't mention it, but I would love to know if they hit their own kids. Because if they hit their own kids, I mean, I guess they're just parents that think that they can hit kids in order to fix them. But if they just hit you, that's just crazy. That means they're just redirecting all their anger towards you. So I'd love to know. Please, right back. I want updates. I want you to stay away from these people. Literally, find something to do. Do not just sit there depressed as hell in the house and cooped up in the room, because that's going to give them ammo to bully you. Like, nobody's ever solved anything by being cooped up in the damn room. Like, being cooped up in the room is going to give them time, ammo, excuse to be in the room. Like, hey, babe, what you doing? Ha ha ha. Wash them dishes, ho. Like, yeah, don't do that. Okay. So with that being said, that was the last story. That was a long story. I read it kind of fast, though. I tried to. Whew, that was a lot. To be honest, taking them kids away from her can be a blessing in disguise. Well, I mean, yeah, she just sounds really toxic. I don't understand it. But I do understand it, because if she was being abused and then she's 22 and then she's getting her master's, that's a lot of stress. Like, I got my master's, I was this close to dropping out. If I didn't talk so much shit and I wasn't Haitian, and I rarely ever quit anything unless I literally have a reason to quit, I would have quit. Like, that's a very stressful thing. Like, anybody that's ever gotten a master's, you would know. It's not like getting a bachelor's. Like, you would know, bro. Like, get it. Like, and I'm not giving her an excuse for abuse, right? That's not the point. But already getting a master's is stressful as all hell. Now you put into the account that your parent died, because she said that that's her half sister. So one of your parents passed away, and then you got to take custody of 2 kids, and then your boyfriend beating you. That's a lot. Like, that is a lot. So I'm trying to be objective here. Like, okay, she literally was using those kids as punching bags. She was using those kids as punching bags. She did not get therapy. I'm very sure she didn't get no damn grief counseling. She probably has underlying whatever the hell from whatever else. Because from what I read, the relationship seemed great. You know, she used to buy things for them. She wanted to be just like her sister, and then all the shit went to hell, right? So I'm just trying to be sympathetic here, because I feel like, yeah, just the master's part. I said, oh nah. Every time I hear masters, I get flashbacks of how hard that shit was, and I did that shit online. Maybe that was a bad idea, but no, I don't think I'd ever get another master's, bro. If I get another master's, just know I'm disappearing from all my channels. That shit was a lot. She won't have to watch them anymore. Well, I mean, I don't know. That's the thing. I want to know if she treats her kids that way too, because if she doesn't treat her kids that way, that means that she's just strictly resentful towards her brother and her sister. She's not necessarily resentful towards all her children around her, just using them as punching bags because they're smaller than her. Because if that's the case, then yeah, take them all the motherfuckers away. You know? But yeah, Masters is too much stress, for real. Yeah, and the fact that she's older sibling, I would be frustrated if I get out my parents' house after having to watch them all. And just yeah, it's just too much. I probably wouldn't have done it. I'm telling you right now, if I was in her position, I wouldn't have done it. I would be like, yo, I'll visit you in the system, bro. I'm sorry. I wouldn't do it. And I would love me some kids, but I know how much stress that would put me under. I wouldn't do it. Like I love my godson. If something like that was happening to my godson, he has 2 other siblings. That means I'm taking on 3 kids, and I'm 28. I am not doing that shit. I am not doing. Hell no, I'm not doing that shit. That is too damn much. No, that sounds like a BET doc. It does sound like a BET movie. I'm like, damn, did she take this from a BET movie I don't know about? Yeah, there's a lot. She went through what 3 men. Now she got 2 kids. She is like, it's just. Yeah, she definitely should refer them to a relative, like an older relative, a more experienced relative. 22, that's ridiculous. That's the thought days. Okay, that's the child wilding. She gave a clubbing for y'all, tripping. Nah, I ain't said beam out. I was never. Okay, so I really hope that gets resolved, and I really hope you do right back. And I really hope she stopped beating on you because this shit doesn't even make sense. Because at this point, you said you bigger than her, so show her. Like that's the thing. I don't condone violence. I need to stop saying I don't condone violence because apparently I do. I'm tired of these parents trying to beat these kids that they know damn well is bigger than them. What's gonna happen when the kid that's bigger than you start beating you back? I just want to know. I just want to know what's gonna happen when your kids start beating your ass. Because that's what's gonna happen. A lot of these kids will be drinking their own milk. Okay. The aunt was going to put them in the system. The aunt. There's other family. Where's the uncle? Where's the godfathers, the godmothers that's actually supposed to take care of this in the religion's eyes? Where's all these other family members? That's what I need to understand. Like, it couldn't just be the aunt. Like, there's others. People have multiple aunts and uncles. Like, I just don't understand. It's just weird. Like, I don't know. Maybe she was the only person that was able to step up. I don't know. So if you guys don't have any more comments, questions, or concerns, I think we shall end the live. Let me just say, this is probably the first time I actually really ended completely before the 1 hour mark. I'm proud of me. I'm very proud of me. Okay. So proud of me. Dahlia hit the hammer on the head. You're right. They act stupid, and I bet they probably told them to pray about it. Yeah, no, seriously, you're not wrong about that, yo. I've known people that used to like fist fight their parents, and I'm just like, see, y'all both. I'll never fist fight my mom or my dad. I would never. My parents never hit me. My parents have always respected me in terms of that type of shit, but like. Some people's parents are disrespectful. I remember I had a cousin that would fist fight her mom all the time. Those people were nuts. Why have I never done a story time about that? I feel like I mentioned it a million times, but I've never done a story time about them fucking nutsos. They would fist fight each other all the time. Like it was nothing. They were and I'm not talking about. I'm talking about child crazy. Like I used to be sitting there like, why are y'all fighting? Like. And I remember the brother, they were my cousins from France. It was a brother and it was a sister. And they're distant cousins though. And I remember the brother, I was like, yo, what the hell's going on? I would hear the walls like just dumping. And he was like, oh yeah, they do this all the time. And I'm like, they do this all the time. Child, I said, don't ever. This is why I'm not ever going back to France. First of all, the other family I have in France, I have like maybe 4 or 5. Wow. I have like maybe 6 sets of family in France. I have a lot of family in France. I don't think about it. I don't care for none of them. There's maybe 2 sets that I don't give a fuck about. One set that likes to abuse her kid and make her throw up. One set that be fighting her kid. Another set that likes to make her kids mini parents to the other kids. I don't got time for that shit. Like, I got time. Yo, that's nothing about. Why didn't I make story times about these people? I don't know. Like, you know how like my brain does this thing that when I'm traumatized, my brain says, "Nah, bro, just forget about it. We have work to do. Just forget about it." Because I forgot about all those stories. I'm like, wait, why don't I go to France again? I'm like, oh yeah, this one does this one does that, this one does that, this one does that. Yeah. Oh yeah, I did. No, I told my parents about the one that was forcing her baby to eat throw up, and then she tried to say that I lied. And I'm like, bitch, call me a liar again. I'll catch a flight tomorrow. Don't ever call me a liar in your fucking life. Don't ever call me a fucking liar. Yeah, that fucking ooh, child. Ooh, I had to tell my older cousin guardian just one time to not even try to lay hands on me. Only time I was blatantly disrespectful. That's not even disrespectful. That's standing up for yourself. That is not disrespectful. Yeah, see, that's a whole nother cousin. That's the thing. So the one that was beating the child as a baby, that's the one that was forcing the kid to eat the throw up. Then the other one was the one that was fighting her daughter as a grown adult. Like they would fist fight. And then the other one, I went to France like, yo, y'all call Americans barbaric. Like, get the fuck out of here. French people be trying to nigga, y'all not even. Let me shut up because yo, I do need to do separate story time. I need to do like a France story time series because I did do a video about why I never go to France again. I did that on my Haitian channel. Like I hate France. I don't care for it. I don't like the people. Whatever. But them niggas, yo, right? Yes, ghetto. Them niggas ghetto. They try to act like ghetto. Y'all ghetto as fuck. Ghetto. Like, yo, it is so crazy because every freaking like month, my mom still keeps in contact with these people. This is the thing with my mom that gets on my nerves. I tell my mom, I don't like these people. I don't like what they did. I don't appreciate the way that they treat their children, the way that they treat certain people. Oh, when are you going back to France? Did you not hear what I said? Did you not hear the story? Or do you want me to run it back? Do you want me to run it back? I don't understand. Do you want me to run it back? And then she'll yo, I can't stand her. I'm like, yo, I'm not going back. I'm not gonna see your family. Like, I can tell my mom, like, yo, stop introducing me to these people. There's something fucking wrong with these people. Like, bruh. Oh my god. I can't. Oh my god. Unpopular opinion. These parents don't actually want the kids. They just want somebody to pass on their family name to give a kid a kidney. I'm done. Probably. I don't know. My mom's family is a problem. Yo, my mom is right. A bunch of uneducated fucks. My dad's correct. My dad is very correct, bro. My dad was like, oh, your family's uneducated. That shit was funny as hell. He's not wrong. Like, I really be sitting here thinking about it, and I'm like, yeah, I keep telling my mom, like, please don't introduce me to anyone else in your family because it's getting to a point where, like, I just can't. Like, after that France trip, and it's funny because, like, I spent about 2.5 months in France, right? Everybody wants to go to France. Everybody loves France. It's the hype. Child, I was begging to come back. First of all, I was hungry. The food was nasty. I didn't like the way these people was dressing. And I didn't like the way they would treat me because I was an American, okay? And, bitch, this American will beat your ass. Like, I just didn't like it. I was like, I don't like the way these people acting. But then it was like, yo, and then being around family, like, I won't say, I had me a nice little fling over there. I ain't even touched the boy. I'm just gonna say fling because that's the best way to say it. A little old thing over there. He's a little artist now. I like his music. His music's actually pretty nice. That was the best thing about it. The fling and the parties. The parties was nice. They know how to throw a party. They know how to throw a wedding. I went to a little wedding. That's it. They know how to throw a party. They know that's it. They know how to dance. They love dancing on train stations. And the ghetto looks nice. Even the hood be having flowers planted. I mean, after that, it's just like What is the hype about this? Yeah, beautiful country, whoop-de-whoop. I'll look at the pictures on Instagram. Like, I don't see. I don't understand. I don't understand. Okay, you're doing a little bit too much. Anyhow, and they wanted to bring some of their relatives to America. Child, not on my watch. They gonna do that shit on their own. On their own. Child. My family's a mess. Now I'm thinking about I need to start writing these stories down again. Cause I'm like, I can't believe it. Yo, so if any of you guys watch my main channel, which I know a lot of you guys do, I did a 12 days of story time about this girl that I stopped talking to. And today I was telling my cousin the full story. And I realized I never told you guys the full story about this girl, how she literally made me book a hotel across New Jersey to make me drive across New Jersey to be with a nigga that she even told me she was with. And I'm like, damn, I gotta tell that story too. I got mad stories I gotta tell y'all on this channel. It's about to be story palooza. Oh my god. So I gotta tell the French stories. I gotta tell that story. Oh my god, we're gonna have a grand old time. But today, after this, I'm gonna actually be filming advice videos for you guys. I'm gonna be doing why Black women refuse to let Black men lead, because clearly Black men can't lead shit. Sorry if there's any Black men here. But it's not all bad. I got y'all, Black men, sometimes. And I'm also going to be doing a how to find high value men. But I do have a whole list. But like now I'm like, damn, there's some stories I kind of forgot. I forgot a lot of stories, y'all. And it's so sad because I forgot a lot of these stories. Let them get booted. I'll be Mississippi damned if my family asks me or my mom to bring people here. No, child. They is trying to get at me, and I'm just like, I'm not bringing anyone here. As you guys see from my last video, like they're really trying me. I see a lot of people really like that video. Next video is going to be tomorrow at, let me see what time, because it is scheduled. So the videos on this channel, hopefully it will be live Wednesday, upload Thursday, and then upload Saturday. The TikTok vlog should be going up on Saturday. Let me see. Oh, that's strange. There's something else I do for Saturday. Oh, wait. Okay. Hold up. Let me do this one. Wait, what day is it today? Today's the 15th. Check my other phone. My business phone, guys. Yep, today's the... Wait. Yep, today's the 15th. All right, tomorrow I'm doing another Haitian parents video. Then Saturday... Okay, this one can't be Saturday. This one's going to have to be next Thursday. Yep. And this is going to be next Saturday. Yeah. So it's going to be Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday for this channel, y'all. That's the solidified schedule. I need to upload the vlog for the TikTok thing. It's been getting edited. And yeah. Oh yeah, the 90 Day Fiance reactions are deaded because I like to watch 90 Day Fiance. I don't want to fucking take notes. Too much work. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. Oh, quick little update. So my parents found my channels. I did talk about this quickly on my other thing. So my Haitian parents found my channel. So I'm still gonna talk my shit because I said what I said, but there's certain things I cannot say here no more. Because next thing you know, they're gonna be knocking on my door. Because everything I said, I said already. I said to say everybody's face, I don't give a fuck. But there's certain things, like there's a lot of stories that I really want to tell you guys. But now it's like, damn it. Oh, so it's gonna be on a Patreon, right? So of course, peep the description, and all of that shit for the Patreon. Which I mean, let me actually make sure that the fucking description is. Yep. It's right on Patreon. So my Patreon, I'm gonna actually start posting dedicated videos because, child, we got a lot to talk about. We have a lot to talk about. Okay, join the Patreon. Okay, dedicated videos. They're probably gonna be unedited. Eventually, I'll probably start releasing them to YouTube, but I'm talking about like maybe a year, 6 months from now, like minimum, because we gotta let the heat die down. We can't let them know everything that we talk about. Feel me? So again, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so very much. Like, share, subscribe, do all that. Next upload, like I said, will be tomorrow. Turn that notification bell. Next goal on this channel is 15K. We need 15 racks. Share it with your mama. Share it with your daddy. Share it with your dog. Share it with your cat. Share it with everybody. Feel me? And make sure you follow me on TikTok. I'll be on TikTok talking shit or whatever. Okay? Thank you guys. Same handle everywhere. Love you. Bye.